lined up, and supporters just singing celebratory music, and we're anticipating that, of course, he may stop for a little jig before now officially entering the auditorium. And from where he is to the auditorium should be about 150 meters. So he should be there quite fast, because they are moving at a quite fast pace. But Sam will be giving you further updates from inside the auditorium once, of course, Odinga and his team are settled. We saw his legal team and that of the NAK Kenya party leader Martha Karua depart earlier, of course, to make sure arrangements are there. We expect that we want to see who will be the proposer, who will be the seconder for Raila Odinga and Martha Karua, and the whole process that will continue at the auditorium. Sam?
All right. Thank you so much, Chemutai, going there from the Bomas of Kenya. Of course, there's so much activity. They are making the short journey from the holding room at the Bomas of Kenya. Remember what I told you, that the main auditorium that has been used for this exercise is currently under renovation, so they have to walk a longer distance down there to find where the main hall, I forget the name, but once I find it, I'll be sure to tell you what the name of that hall is. But I think it's Baraza. So now it's a journey that they have to make as they walk towards that direction. But also, Honorable Farah, because, yes, you have also been on this space, like where I'm sitting. What is the significance of this, looking at what happened yesterday with William Ruto moving from the Karen office or residence all the way to the Bomas of Kenya, and they want to be seen with these masses? What does it say to the electorate?
Well, it's an element of razzmatazz, you know, basically you're packaging that, you're making it appealing. It's a bit of a show. Politics is a showbiz, by the way, let me tell you. It's a form of showbiz. So it's allowed. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. When you're seen walking with all your supporters, and many of them are dancing in front of you, others are behind you, and it's the kind of things that essentially stimulates the thing, and it creates fun, you know, some kind. So I personally have my problems walking with such situations, because then you can be pushed and thrown, and you know you can. So usually when this happens myself, even if I'm very senior in that place, I prefer taking a back seat and waiting until the thing itself is concluded. Because you can be thrown around like hell, and everybody has got to try and push for his own space there. Want to be seen by the cameras close to the candidate, and the man of the show itself, basically, and the women of the show, and at the same time, it's an element of look at that right now. You can see how others are coming in there, and. You know, it's the political culture in this country is such that political prominence, this is the big man syndrome in this country, the big man syndrome. And if you're endorsed by that person, doesn't matter how corrupt you are, doesn't matter how crooked you are, but doesn't matter how little, you know, you can perform back on the ground. Right. If you are seen with Raila too often, and you're from Nyalu and Nyanza and some parts of the Coast Province, you are sure of coming back to Parliament. And now that he's going to be the next president, it's a double surety. You know what I mean? Double surety. You know what, Farah,
you continue to speak with a lot of certainty, of course.
I come from by the way, I come from an extremely variant, what do you call, background. Okay. I come from a background where the domestic dynamics, the clan affiliations, the sub-clan this and the rest of it makes more sense. Then you could go there with the Queen of England there, and nobody's going to care about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. At the end of the day, there are other considerations that are taken into consideration. Okay. But then the rest of the country, I don't know about the pastoralists. Because I didn't see many people, hanging on the coattails of the late Timama. I didn't see that. Or tippies.
Yeah.
So it works. It's good. I mean, it's a part of our political culture. It's part of our political heritage. It's part of that big man syndrome thing there. So.
Right. So on your screen, you see Raila Odinga there and the running mate, Martha Karua. It's the time that they are signing the attendance list of the IEBC, of course, appending their names. And shortly, they will have now to hand over their identification documents, including a certified copy of it, to prove who they are. And they have to use the document that they used for registration as a voter, so that then shortly we'll be in a position to hear from the returning officer of the presidential election, that is Wafula Chebukati, the chairman of IEBC. But also, Raila Odinga is not new to that space. I was there on the 7th of January 2022. And that time he was marking 77 years of age. That's where they held his birthday party. I want us to listen in to what is transpiring while in there.